So, welcome everyone to today's session. So, today's session is a slightly different session. This session is going to be with the Archangel meditation, and of course, the healers are going to do healing for you. The topic that we are talking about today is Archangel Gabriel, who is the bringer of good news. Okay, so before we start, let's do a short invocation. Let's close our eyes, connect the tongue to the palate. Inhale slowly, exhale slowly. Let's center ourselves. Let us invoke to the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother. We thank you for your priceless blessings, for divine light, divine love, divine guidance, divine love, mercy, inner healing, physical healing. Thank you for the inner strength to practice regularly. Thank you for your divine help and protection, for illumination, abundance, and prosperity. We thank you. Let's be aware of ourselves. We have a body, we have emotions, and we have thoughts. But we are not the body, we are not the emotion, and we are not the thought. I am the soul. Let's do the soul affirmation. I am not the emotions, I am not the thought, I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I am one with my higher soul. I am that I am. I am one with the divine spark within me. I am a child of God. I am connected with God. I am one with God, and I am one with God. Inhale slowly, exhale slowly. Gently open your eyes. Okay, so Archangel Gabriel. So we have a short video on Archangel Gabriel. If you want to look it up, you can look it up on our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is called Sheetal Junjunwala. And we have a recording on some of the archangels, including Archangel Gabriel. So I'm not going to repeat what is already said over there. I'm going to go on further because this topic, today's topic is also part of our prosperity series. Okay, so today is session 7. And since it's Friday and we do the Archangel meditation on Fridays, we are going to incorporate that. Okay, so the Archangel Gabriel is one that brings good news. Okay, so it is believed that it is Archangel Gabriel who brought information to Mother Mary about the arrival of the Christ, or the fact that he's going to come, and the mechanism of his coming. Not to Mother Mary exactly. I think it was to his father. Um, Anyway, so the point is that he's a bringer of good news. So please forgive me when I make mistakes in these sessions. I'm also learning as we go along, and so if I make any mistakes, you feel free to put in the chat box or to message us later about any corrections so that we can take care of it. Okay. So where does good news come from for us? Like in today's world, where does good news come from? Yes, the angels can come and whisper in our ear. And for those of us who are sensitive, yes, we can hear the angels also. But for those of us who can't, what do we do? Okay, so good news comes from our phone, our email, perhaps certain people in our office, our sales force, and of course the angels. So you can always invoke to your angels to give you good news in a way that you understand. Now, one thing about angels is that if we regularly invoke to them and we tell them to convey information to us in a way that we can understand, then what happens is you may hear good news in the form of a song, or you may just hear something playing on the TV. Like, for example, recently um, I just heard that, for example, the government of West Bengal has reduced, the registration rate, for example. And so, considering that there is some property that we have to register, it's good news to us that the West Bengal government has reduced the rate. Now, I'm not someone who regularly reads the newspaper. I just unfortunately find it very distressing. So I don't read the newspaper. But what I've noticed is that just snippets of information will just come to me from like random conversations. So that's also a way for the angels to communicate with us. So when we are not directly perceptive, somehow, the information just comes to you, and then you have to kind of look at it and then respond to it and do some more research, of course. Don't believe anything blindly. If you get some information, make sure you validate it. Okay, so that's really important. Validation is always important, and that's part of the teachings of the school of Master Choa Sui, that we don't just believe blindly whatever is told to us. We evaluate it and we try to understand whether it's true or not. And and even if we're not sure, we'll still try it, and then we'll just observe, what happens. Okay, so these are important things. Anyway, coming back to that. So where does good news come from? So suppose it's the angel that whispers to us, great. If it's a song, if it's a news clip, which is something you heard. Another place where it comes from is actually these days our mobile phone. Yeah, that's where we have our contacts. That's where we have our business contacts. Sometimes we even send proposals on WhatsApp, right? So the question then is, what is on our phone? What about all the other junk that we have on our phone? And the same goes for our email, right? Because most of our communication now is actually electronic, right? Most of it, not all of it, but most of it. So the important thing what I'm trying to convey here is that if our phone contains a lot of junk, contains a lot of what I will call trashy messages. What I mean by trashy messages are messages that are not very useful and sometimes are not nice, in the sense that they are derogatory in nature, either to a person or to a gender like male or female, or to an age group, or to a caste, or to a community, or anything like that. Okay, so I understand that some of us like to have jokes, and jokes are good. I think they make us laugh. Um, but if it's at the expense of somebody else, then that's not that great. Anyway, that's something for you to think about. Okay, I'm just conveying to you what I feel. So the important thing is to keep our phone and our mail clear of trash. Just think about it this way. How many of us want prosperity? You can put your hand up if you want on the chat or the Zoom thing. How many of us want prosperity? So I'm just going to add to this that the goddess Lakshmi, okay, the goddess Lakshmi is the one who brings prosperity. Now, is your phone or your email inbox a place where she would like to be? Okay, so we're talking about a lady. The gender is female, and we are talking about someone who can bring immense prosperity to us. Yes. Would she want to stay in your phone? What is on your phone? Will she want to be on your phone? Okay, so this is just a way that I want to share with you. It's just a way of you to evaluate what you need to clean up from your phone. Okay, is it appropriate for a lady of that stature, of that importance? So if you had a lady of that type coming into your house, would you clean up your house properly, decorate it, make sure it's clean, everything is in its place, it's neat and tidy, etc., 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 right? So if you want that lady, the lady we're talking about is the goddess Lakshmi. If you want her to come into your phone through good news, uh, then what will you do? Okay, so just think about that. Okay, what's on your phone and on your email? Okay. Okay, I hope this is interesting. I'm just trying to combine a lot of things so that, and also a lot of everyday things, so that when we look at certain pictures or we look at things, we raise our awareness, because ultimately prosperity is also about raising our awareness. Okay. Now the second thing we're going to talk about, among the other things, is how do we respond when we receive a mail with an inquiry. So suppose somebody sends me an inquiry like, Sheetal, when's the next Pranic Healing course? Or Sheetal, what are the charges of your center for healing? Or Sheetal, what is the time of the meditation? Do I get irritated? It's like, oh God, it's all over the place. We put it on Facebook, we put it on WhatsApp, we put it on YouTube, but still people are asking us, what time is it? Right? So how do I respond? I'm just taking me as an example because I don't want to say you. Okay, that's why. So do I respond with happiness, like, oh great, one more person served, one more person who's interested in pranic healing? Or do I say, oh my God? So, and oh my God, is actually something that we should not be saying in vain. So I'm just kind of dramatizing that as well. We say we should not take the name of God in vain. What that means is that when we take the name of God, we should be aware of the presence of God. God is a very powerful entity, right? You don't just take the name of God, but sometimes we do it. I do it too, sorry. Okay, so when we receive an inquiry, how do we respond? So if we really want prosperity, then we have to be aware that there are some things that we have to do. So Archangel Gabriel has brought good news that this person is making an inquiry about our business, about the service that we offer. Now, what is our response? Is it more hard work? I just told this person this in the last conversation. Is it like that? Or are we just happy to serve more people? Just take a second and just think about it. When you get something that is an inquiry for business or for a job, you start thinking, oh, my, oh how am I going to prepare for this interview? Da, 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 da. Do we get nervous about it or are we happy? Yes, there are many things to do, but the most important thing, actually, I feel, is to be happy, to be grateful that this news has come to us, and we need to be aware of the presence of Archangel Gabriel, who is the bringer of these kind of, a bringer of good news. And first, be grateful. Now, whether you're grateful to the angel, or you're just grateful in general, or you're grateful to the Supreme God, that's okay. That's not so important as it is important to just be aware, just be aware of what happens to us when we receive news about something that we have to do to improve our prosperity. You may find that most of us sometimes, well, not most of us, some of us, don't exactly have the right response. Okay, so what I mean by right response is gratitude. What I mean by right response is gratitude. What I mean by right response is gratitude. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you today about Archangel Gabriel and about prosperity. So clean up your phone, clean up your email, make it worthy of a place where the goddess Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, would like to be. Be grateful when you get news about things that can potentially bring you prosperity. Okay, let's raise our hands in blessing position. And let's be aware of our crown. Let's be aware of our heart. Let's bless. Today we have talked about our phones, our computers, our email, and our gadgets. So let's bless our phones. Let's bless our gadgets. Let's bless our email and our computers. May they all be blessed with the ability to receive good news. May they all be cleansed and purified to be the right place for good news to come, for prosperity to reside. Be mentally aware of anything that you need to let go from your phone or your mail or your computer. Let's just be aware of that. And let's bless it. Let's bless ourselves with the ability to let go of things that are no longer useful for us, that are impediments in our prosperity. And let's visualize ourselves filling up with prosperity energy. If you're waiting for certain job offers or contracts, just visualize, imagine that coming into your mail or coming into your phone or wherever you expect to receive it. Just take a few seconds. We have a lot of beautiful energy. We have just meditated. We have received healing. Just visualize that mail coming in. It's there in your inbox. Let's visualize it on your phone. You have a notification. Or your client calls you, inhale and exhale, or your potential employer calls you, whatever works for you, whatever you're looking for. Okay. Now, I hope most of us have our list ready on prosperity and alternative sources of income. So, yes, working hard is a good way to earn money. But after that, we have to invest some of it so that the money can do some work for us, right? So, let's also bless our savings. Let's bless our bank account. Let's be aware of the amount of money that we wish to see in the bank account. Let's bless that figure. Inhale and exhale slowly. Let's be aware of the health that we want. Let's be aware of the relationships that we want. May the Archangel Gabriel bring us good news for relationships. Someone who we haven't talked to in a while calls us, or someone with whom we have some difficulty reaches out for a reconciliation. all of those. Okay, so the Archangel Gabriel can help with that. Let's also bless our spiritual targets and goals. Yeah, we also have the Self Pranic Healing workshop coming up next week. It's going to be 2 hours per day for 4 days. Let's bless that workshop with tremendous success. May all of us encourage at least one other person to join this workshop. It's online. May many more people learn pranic healing, self pranic healing, learn the beautiful technique of forgiveness, learn the Tibetans, which are anti aging, learn the white light meditation, and of course, the meditation on twin hearts. Let's bless the entire group present here. Today, the healing was very fast because I think there were so many of us here. So thanks to Zankana for helping channel the healing, and myself. We have together done the healing today. Let's be grateful to the Supreme God for the healing that we have received through the healers. Let us always remember that it is the Supreme God, the gurus, the great ones who are doing the healing, and the angels. We are just channels and we're happy to serve. Inhale slowly, absorb all the blessings. Absorb them into your chakras, into the body, into the meridians, into every part of our body. We are now ready. We are a great receptacle for good news. Okay. So thank you everyone for joining us for the session. So we will see you soon. Yeah, the Self Pranic Healing workshop is next week, 13 to 16 July, uh, 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. So it's just 2 hours, and you can join that workshop. We will be floating the messages on our WhatsApp groups. Otherwise, you can just send us a message on our phone, which I've just put there. Okay, which is also here. Also, by the way, this is a picture behind me is the GMCKS Arhatic Yoga Ashram. It's a beautiful place and hope to see everyone there very, very soon. Again, those of us who are joining this on YouTube later, you'll have to join us live for the healing as well as for the meditation. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you.